Hey guys, what's up? Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you with the February Q&A response video. I apologize that this video is late a little bit because I've had some things come up at home as well as work and working on other projects. Uh, just want to dive right into it real quick. Mom and Son's Rail Trains Rail Fans says hi to everyone. Matt's questions are coming up first. Uh, the F7 or the E8? The F7 is always a cool locomotive, but the E8 is gorgeous too. The E8 looks good in southern paint. The F7 looks good in just about any paint scheme any paint scheme they ever did for any railroad. Uh, those are pretty locomotives. Do you like Pierce fire trucks? Oh, absolutely. We have a bunch of those in my hometown. Um, or genies or three bay hoppers. The ore cars are really cool because they're not seen very often. The three bay hoppers, you see those all the time, but the ore hoppers, you don't see those very often. Favorite food at Burger King? I have not had BK in 3 years. I would get their chicken fries, their BK double stack, and the chicken sandwich. The chicken sandwich is pretty good, and their French fries have gotten to be a lot better. But I always love the frozen Coke and the frozen cherry drinks they have. Always good. Do you like Guns N' Roses? Oh, absolutely. I love Guns N' Roses. And favorite Amtrak MOW engines? Well, I liked it when they had some four axle. I believe they had Jeep 7s or Jeep 9s, but they've got some GP38 H-3s or something like that that have been modified for maintenance service. Those look really cool. So thank you both. Steve KC comes back. Great to see you, Steve. BLTs or cheesesteaks? I love both. SEPTA or Metra? They're both unique in different ways. Metra because they've got the double-decker cab cars as well as their newer scheme looks really good. SEPTA is really cool because they just have a lot of cool locomotives. Now, do you like the CN or CP steam locomotives? Um, I love the Canadian steam locomotives because they are extremely unique in many different ways. Thoughts on pumpkin spice desserts? Pumpkin spice anything in the fall is really good, especially if you love pumpkin pie. Um, SD38-2 or the 40-2, I love both. The SD38 is not talked about very often. More people bought the SD38-2s because that was actually a six-axle switcher that EMD designed after the SD40. Uh, so those have been mostly the SD38 straights. I think have been upgraded, but CN still retains a bunch of SD38-2s. They still retain a good handful of them, but that's a locomotive that actually some rail fans forget existed. So really good question. Should Walter's train line do more GP15-1s? Oh yeah, because you guys know I have one. Thoughts on the Conrail 6707, the We Support Our Troops unit? That was a unique locomotive. This is one that some rail fans forgot existed. This was a standard cab SD60 with a golden ribbon that said "We support our troops." Um, some people forget Conrail technically did a veterans unit. They did a commemorative unit, which I thought was really cool. I sure wish that locomotive was preserved. Freightliner or Peterbilt? Has to be Freightliner. Uh, excuse me, Peterbilt. Excuse me, I gave you the wrong answer. I apologize. Now, Salisbury steak or grilled chicken. I love both. I love both. Thoughts on the Oakway ST60s? I miss those things so much. Those were some gorgeous units. I got to see three of them when I was a kid, but sadly, all those were sold to CN. Now, the Jeep 60 or the Jeep 30. Now, if it's a high hood, Jeep 30. Standard cab, Jeep 60. Now, P42DC or the B32-8WH. Dash 8 for the win on this one. You think Mark should purchase the remaining retired Amtrak HHP8s? It wouldn't surprise me if they did, because that's a unique locomotive. Do you like burgers with or without bacon? Oh man, bacon for the win. Favorite breakfast foods? Oh, I can go on and on with this list. Oh, bacon, sausage, ham, scrambled eggs, grits, biscuits, crescent rolls, orange juice, coffee, you name it. Now the BNSF, the 500 series B40-AW or the 200 series SD75 rebuilds, both of them look good. I'm glad to see that BNSF was able to um, keep those alive. I'm really glad they were able to do that. So they look good, but just still wish they were in ATSF War Bonnet paint. Now, favorite paint schemes on the F7s. Southern, I think Santa Fe had some. There was a bunch of people who had F7s, but the Southern one and the Santa Fe looked the best on there. Now, should NS do a special scheme on their future M-2 rebuilds? I tell you, it would be nice. It would be really nice. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. If they do one, I'm kind of curious of what they'll go with. How would you feel if Mark got the ACS 64s? I would be kind of surprised if they did. One locomotive I liked that they recently got rebuilt were their GP39-2 rebuilds. I'm glad to see those were rebuilt, and plus they have the MP36, which was designed by Motive Power Industries, which was formerly Morrison Knudsen. Now, his last question, should UP do SD70 HCU rebuilds? I've been waiting for that to happen because NS and CP did theirs. I want UP to do theirs. If they ever decide to do it, that'd be a good project for them. So thank you, Steve, for the questions. And RDG Rails ends the Q&A prompt for February. Good to see you, Andrew. E8 or the E9? I like both. Do you think UP should bring back the Desert Storm scheme? Yes. That was a cool paint scheme on that SD40 I would not mind them, doing that one and maybe another one. Harper's Ferry or NCTM? NCTM for the win. Favorite Alco model? Now, if it's a passenger, Alco PA1. For the freight engines, Alco RS3. Reading T1 or the Pennsylvania T1? Reading T1 for the win. How many states have you visited? Well, I have visited quite a number. I have visited, obviously, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, New Mexico, Colorado, also Maryland, and I think that's it. And I've also visited West Virginia, and I've also done Tennessee. So I've been fortunate to be in several different states. I've enjoyed going to those places because they're all so unique. Um, I love to travel. How many trains do you hear while you're asleep? That's a good question. Well, usually when I go to sleep, I'm out. Usually I go to sleep right then and there on the spot. Have you ever ridden on Amtrak? I've ridden Amtrak 2 or 3 times. SW 1001 or the SW 1500, both of those switchers. I love the switchers. Now, the C39-8 or the C40-8, C40-8, to me, it was just a better locomotive. The C39 looked unique in as far as its appearance goes, but the C40-8 will top that. So, guys, that concludes February's Q&A responses for February. Excuse me. March's Q&A prompt is already out. As I said in my 8-year anniversary video, because today marks 8 years, but I'm going to let the other video speak for that. But definitely look at March's Q&A prompt as well, because I've already got a comment or two on that. And plus, also check out my latest premiere that premiered a couple of days ago. A Day in Crew Fall 2022. Please take a look at that because that has broken over 100 views as we speak. So definitely want to check that out as well. So just remember, smash the like button, drop a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next run. Peace.